Hello, everybody. Hi, I am Kitty. It is very nice to meet all of you. And I have at my side my little happy sidekick. See, she's smiling. But this is my troll. Okay, she's the only one in the room, and she is, well, she's quiet. She's nice, and there's no need for trolldom. Okay, we're here to have conversations, and we're here to, well, talk about the differences between America and England, really, because I have been here since 2011, here being England. And I grew up and spent most of my formative years in America. So I find it really interesting and informative doing this channel because I'm learning so many things I did not know. And I like it. You know, it's kind of fun. So on my last video, I was trying to discuss holidays, a concept that is rather alien and placed in the area I would think of as like mythology in most American brains because, you know, holidays, what? We don't do that. We have 3-day weekends, maybe, if we're lucky. And that's not always guaranteed either, because depending on who you work for, you might have to work that 3-day weekend. Even if it is a federal holiday. Yeah. It's just the way it is over there. You go in, you get a job, and, well, you will go through a trial period. 6 months to a year. If you are deemed a good employee, then you will be eligible for the health insurance if that is provided by your employer. That also goes for any other benefit of the job that you have, like your pension plan or 401k usually has a waiting period. Any kind of like gym membership, if you have that offered, waiting period. But once you have them, well, then of course you have all the benefits and use of these items. And it's really nice. But there's always that little thing in the back of your head you try not to think about. Please don't let me get so sick that I will lose my job. Because you know, and every other American knows, that you do that, you lose your health insurance that same day. Yeah, and all the benefits. So I was going to talk about the 3 basic things that you get from a UK employer. Now, I was very surprised at all the things that you can potentially look forward to in a job when you live in England. And I was, a little jealous, to be honest. But, you know, you'd have to have lived over in America as long as I have to see this massive difference and go, oh my gosh, I've been robbed, because that's what it felt like. But over there, the employer helps you set up your pension plan. And this is required by law. Checked. The income protection that they provide, also required by law. Health insurance, NHS, as we know, our beautiful NHS. I love her so much. Gosh, you know, seriously. And then they talk about holiday allowance. And I believe it's a minimum of 5.6 weeks. Okay, yeah. A minimum of 5.6 weeks holiday allowance goes to people on their jobs in England. Now, if I can get Americans to understand these things, I worry that I might not be inciting a riot. I don't know, because this is incredible. The things I've learned today are just, why don't we have that? You know, like, why not? It's what you should be doing. That's what I think. I mean, we're human beings. We have needs. We're not just machines, even though I think sometimes the corporations, and I'm being very nice, treat us as such. cogs in the machine, and then if one breaks, we'll put another one in there. But yeah, there are also a few other common benefits to the job, and I think they call them company perks. But yeah, so I was reading this, and I'm going to continue reading it, except aloud. Apparently, a few of the most common perks of a job are free food and or drink, some of which you can expect to get at your job in America. Discounted meals. Okay. Dental care plans. If you're lucky. If you're lucky, you might get that in America. Might. Subsidized gym membership. Again, I had about 3 jobs that did offer that. So, okay. Company car. Not on your life. Not on your life. Never did that happen to me. Free or subsidized travel? No. Employee referral bonus? No. Can't say I had that. Oh, let's see. There's more. Free company events. Well, we have some of those, but I don't think they're the same as what they have here. They kind of go all out here, from what I've seen at company events from my partner's company. It's, they do things for the kids, they do things for the adults, and there's alcohol, if I'm not mistaken, or bonuses, and there's definitely lots of food, and it's a get together for a few hours, and I say it is. I've never gone, but I'm very shy, and it's usually very, very sunny, and well, look at me. It doesn't do me very much good being in the sun, trust me. Or else you could transpose me into a lobster, and I'll sit here and I'll do my hair really cute. That's the only way I could do that. It would take me a very long time to recover. So, let's see. Child care vouchers. I wouldn't know, but from my friends' perspectives, what I have asked today, they never ever were offered anything like that. And they come from all different walks of life. From, the computer industry to the military to, let's see, one's a teacher, another one is just in basic IT. And none of them have been offered anything like that. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but for regular jobs like fast food, as far as I've known, So let's see, flexible working hours. Never. Like, I understand now because of COVID, some companies are realizing that sending their employees to work from home has been a very bad idea because they like it too much. Because it allows them to have these flexible working hours, doesn't it? But, yeah, they just can potentially get offered this as a pretty common perk. So, wow, all right. And wellness programs. And of course, I can go into further details in those if you want, but as far as I can tell, that's like yoga, and having to do with like acupuncture or massage, therapeutic therapies that can go along with your NHS. So really quite cool from what I can tell. And, what drives me crazy is knowing this and knowing that American companies are not really thinking about their employees at all. I will tell you about one experience that I had. When I was working for this rather gigantic company, I'm not going to name names, obviously, we had to break away from our computer and we had to go speak to someone and go to a meeting. And it was right before the lunchtime, so okay. And they were telling us afterwards you'll be able to go to your lunch break. And we said fine. So we go there, and basically it was a large theater. And Steve Bob was there. And I'll just call him that because it was just one of those weird names. I couldn't ever pronounce his last name. Jeez. Anyway, what he did was talk the entire time. And then when it came around for our lunchtime, it was over. And nobody cared, of course. And they said, well, guess what? Just go back to work. What? Can I go to the bathroom? No, go back to work. Whoa, did I feel like a peon then? Wow. That was eye-opening. So it happens, and there is lack of respect, a lot of it, and they take people for granted. So I found out that in America, you will have things that are offered, like, if an employer feels like offering a pension or a any kind of like benefit whatsoever, what they'll do is they will then be within the boundaries of something called the ERISA, which is, I'll read it, the Employee Retirement Income Security Act of 1974. Now, basically that is to manage the pension plan that has been established by an employer that wants to give that to you. Not required to, just wanted to do it to their, for their employees. The same goes obviously for their health care. And yeah, so they also the income protection, that is something that is volunteered by the employer. They don't have to do that. And when you purchase, as an employer, when they purchase their protection plan for their employees, they can choose what rate they want to offer and for how many months or years, etc., and at what percentage of their usual salary. So, they can pick it and design it how they want to. And they can offer all kinds of wonderful benefits to go with it, but they usually don't. According to the data, they don't. But what they will do is they'll set it up, and if you're lucky and you work for someone that offers this, take that, definitely. But it provides you with a small income or a percentage of your income from your salary until you're able to return to work. Okay, well, imagine that you take longer than the policy covers you. Imagine that rather than it taking, a year to recover, your policy only covers you for 8 months. What do you do with the extra 4 months? Well, usually at that point, your employer would more than likely do what mine did and call and say, well, we can no longer employ you. Even though I was getting really good feedback from them, and I was being told that I did a good job, and I had awards to show for it. Not bragging, just saying, And I liked working for this company. I did. I enjoyed it. I got good at it, and I knew what I was doing. Of course I was always learning something new, but it was cumulative over time. You just learn more and more and more, and I liked that. I did. But yeah, eventually, I think my program or my contract ran out, and it just took too long to get me better. As much as I wish I could still work there, it's dust in the wind now. It's been too long. But there's just a lot of information out there. I'm trying to narrow a lot of it down to simplify it so that it's a little easier to understand. Another thing, for the pension, at one point in America, prior to 2006, you could be employed at a company, work for them your entire life, And if you were fired prior to retiring, that company didn't owe you anything. No pension, no nothing. I was really shocked when I'm reading this, right? So I keep reading, and then it continues on and it says, but there was a Pension Protection Act in 2006 added on. Oh, okay. All right. Well, now this is a little hard to read. I may get this wrong. You can look it up on Wikipedia, which was the one source where I could find it just kind of written out. Again, I may be wrong on this little part right here, okay? Please forgive me. But it says that a defined contribution plan must become vested at 100% after 3 years, or under a 2nd through 6th year gradual vesting schedule. Vesting just means were you to pass away, your pension would go to the person you vested, because they have a vested interest in you. Okay? Now it says 20% of the pension per year, beginning with the 2nd year of service. So you would have to work for that company for 2 years before you would be eligible for the pension to begin. And then it says 100% after 6 years. So there are no promises made when you are employed in America. You know, you get the job, you do the job, but I would definitely read the fine print. I would make sure you understand the laws there and just know what you're getting into if you're thinking about it. You know, I'm not trying to, speak ill of America, but when you read closer and you learn more, it does open your eyes more. And I think it's important to know these things. I do. I mean, it is a difference between our two countries, and it's something that, I don't know, it might help clarify something for someone who's watching YouTube one day. I hope so. So yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions, like usual, I put down all my social stuff down there. If I see your message, of course I'm going to reply. And I love the feedback I get. And I see you guys out there who look at my stuff, watch it, and then don't subscribe. Please subscribe. Come on. It's not that hard. Just hit the subscribe button, and then you gotta click the little thing and just go to all. I mean, it would really do me a big favor. I am trying to get a little bit bigger, I mean, I don't know how big I'm going to grow on YouTube, but I would like to get a little bigger audience. It'd be kind of nice. Help more people, get to know more about England. Why not? I mean, I want to know more about Wales and Ireland too, and Scotland. Don't think I'm forgetting about you guys. It's just kind of a mouthful, and I could say the UK, so yeah. Okay. The UK, really. I want to know all about you. Because you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years of history. That's really cool to learn. And of course, what's going on now, so cool. Anyway, we are going to say good evening. And, yeah, just look after yourselves, okay? Please. And, please wear your mask. I don't want to have to, preach, but look, there's a new variant coming out. The only reason it's coming out is because people aren't following the rules. The longer this disease is out there, the more it will mutate. It's going to take forever. So just wash your hands, keep your distance, wear a mask. It's not that hard. You can do it. Anybody can do it, And I would rather get out there once everything is better than to go out prematurely and have all, have no luck at all because I get sick, And I know of what I'm talking about because right now in Plymouth, there are a lot of COVID problems. And you know what you're supposed to do. So look out for each other. When I say that, I mean that. All right? Okay. Thank you very much. And if you happen to be LGBTQ and you're like going through a rough time, nobody on this channel is going to give you a hard time, I promise. So if you want to talk about anything, just hit me on my socials or message down at the bottom of the video. Okay? All right. You guys take care. I'll talk to you later. Bye.